I will take you back to the demonstration now. Roland Walker is taking over alongside Maxwell Agbagba.
In the previous arrangement that we have had with the United States government. Now, if you look at that same document, they have indicated that it is in line with the Vienna Convention of Diplomatic and International Relations of 1961. Now, I read that convention thoroughly. At no point in time in the Vienna Convention of 1961 did they say that anybody can travel to any country without a legitimate passport. Now, read that agreement. You would come to one shocking revelation that any identification that is given by the U.S. government to those individuals who operate in Ghana, they can operate. So what it means is that President Trump can just sign a document and say that by the virtue of the arrangement that we have had with the government of Ghana, I want you to go with this to Ghana, and then you can do that. And for me, that is extremely shocking. A lot of Ghanaians haven't had the opportunity to have exhausted that document. Now, if the president and the government has nothing to hide, why that haste in having this thing pass? And again, you look at the same document that says that if anybody indeed caused an infraction in Ghana, he cannot be tried by the courts in Ghana, neither can he be tried by an international court. And that for me is shocking. So for me, it is in the interest of this government to ensure that those who have gone to the Supreme Court to win, so that they can turn around and tell the American government that we did our bit. We needed to ensure that the promise we made with you before the 2016 elections, we have been able to fulfill it, but the course of this country says no. It is about the destiny of this country. Yes. Let me give a classical example. Look at Guantanamo Bay. Guantanamo Bay, Americans were invited there during the Cuban War. Even after that war had elapsed, after several years, America have refused to leave Guantanamo Bay. I have listened to another funny argument that we have indeed had a lot of assistance from the U.S. government. So why are we now complaining about this? That is the most simplistic way of looking at it. America benefits a lot from Ghana. Go and check in our oil fields. Yes. Those multi-million-dollar oil companies, how many of them are from America? No. And do you know what America is benefiting from it? So is it a case that if you provide me with food, then you can ask me to walk naked on the streets of Accra? So these are the issues that confront us. These are issues that we must all stand up against. I do know for a fact that there are a lot of members of parliament from the majority who are against this senseless deal. And I am shocked that this deal, but I can tell you, some of us know for a fact that this was a promise that the Kufuor, Nanado's administration, in fact, then candidate Nanado, promised the Americans that he was going to execute. So he needs to execute that. You remember the non-surrender treaty, you remember, under President Kufuor. I am told that, in fact, for the journalists to ask the question was something that was in the interest of the then administration. These things must not be allowed to. I'm just calling on everybody. I am happy about the demonstration. Let it be peaceful. Let's do what the Constitution allows us to do. People should not go beyond the rules that are identified by the security. Now, she was picked, and she is going to be investigated, and the investigation is going to be led by a woman who doesn't have the moral turpitude to investigate anybody over crime. The same CID now on tape, colluding crime, and the Ghana police themselves, and I listened to their PRO on your medium. They said that they were going to commence investigation into that leaked tape. As we stand today, we do not know the outcome of that investigation. We have no knowledge whatsoever. Now, if you do not know the outcome of that investigation, only the president to come from nowhere and promoted that woman. Yet that woman has the moral turpitude to do that. Perhaps, and I have said that on several platforms, that perhaps Koku Anyido could have avoided that statement, because it is giving them what they've been looking for, to say that the NDC is not interested in ensuring that this democracy that we are practicing entrenches. And I think he could have avoided that, be it as it may. In as much as I'm not going to justify the statement he made, this is not the first time such statements are made. The man himself explained that he never meant insurrections. He never meant torpedoing this government through the arms. He said civil coup, and reminding us of history. Yet the MPP is saying that this man should be lynched. I am happy that even your medium has reported the brutality that was meted out on armless Ghanaians yesterday, including a journalist of yours. And I listened to the accounts that was given by the gentleman. I think that all of us must stand up against this senseless and needless arrangement that is being made by this government.
Yes. So in effect, this demonstration is not an NDC demonstration, is it?
No, it is an NDC demonstration of reasoning. It is the demonstration of patriots. Yes. It is a demonstration of those who seek the interests of this country. Yes. It is the demonstration of those who think that our sovereignty is everybody attempt to sell our sovereignty. I just listened to a news this morning that even the $20 million the American ambassador indicated that we're going to be benefiting. As a matter of fact, the $20 million is not coming to Ghana. It is going to be spent by American troops. So what do we stand to benefit? Now let me tell you a point. I have listened to several mediums. We have ISIS members in Ghana, and that is a fact. Now if Syria, so that they can have close proximity to America as a target. We are now saying, don't worry, we are bringing the target to Ghana. And the consequences are just going to be uncontrollable. And I think for me, that is why it should be of concern to everybody.
We are here. And it is of what is like my demonstration against Ghana-U.S. military cooperation agreement. And there's been consistent drumming and dancing by various groups who have come from far and wide within the Greater Accra metropolis. We're also told that over the course of the demonstration, we're likely also to see a lot more people join in the course of the demonstration. And indeed, over the period, we've seen the crowd grow in numbers as we started the whole journey from the Kwame Nkrumah interchange area. Now, this crowd, we're told, is numbering over 5,000 currently, but again, it's an estimate. And the crowd is just in two sections. So there's another section that is ahead of us, and then we have the backlog of the crowd just behind me. And you can see that the various officials, not only of the NDC, but also the PNC, the CPP, the civil society organizations who have the same mindset in aligning or synchronizing with the objectives and the rationale for this protest are also here. The media have massed up in their numbers. The police are here with extensive security outlay, especially once that the routes have been outlined and agreed with the Ghana Police Service. From here, we're going to have the conveners of the demonstration or the protest turn from the Farisco traffic light, and then they head towards the TUC area, and locally the Hearts Park. And the Hearts Park is going to be the last convening ground for this. Maxwell, this has been a demonstration for which I would say has been very peaceful largely, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, very, very peaceful, and it looks like the police officers here are leaving no stone unturned to make sure that, you know, they maintain the peace. If you realize, at the point where we were coming, some of the demonstrators actually stood in the middle of the road, and thus we are told that was deliberate just to, you know, block them, to prevent them from moving fast. Initially when they started, the pace was much higher, and the traffic flow now has really blocked from behind. If you can see, for people moving to the Central Business District right now, it will be very, very difficult for them to get there on time because the traffic flow, I mean, there's no traffic flow. Everything has come to a standstill. Right now, they're not even moving. They're waiting for those behind to, you know, to come and join, for them to form, you know, the mammoth crowd that they want right now. But one thing I've realized also, it's about the, you know, the placards. The placards.
Very interesting inscriptions on the placards, and some of them, of course, not good to read, but all the same, all intents and purposes, they're just synchronizing with the objectives of the demonstration.
That's very true. And one thing that keeps, you know, one thing that keeps making the news also is the asshole comments made by Donald Trump. So for a lot of the demonstrators, you hear them don't want this, blah, blah, blah. And it runs across on a lot of the placards that, they're holding. I've seen one, take Ayariga's $20 million and give Ghana back to us. You remember Hassan Ayariga actually addressed the press conference when he said, government should come for $20 million. If that's what you want, come for $20 million. And then, forget about the agreement. Interesting placards here, Roland.
At the end of the day, we are here to make sure that we give viewers what the main issues are, what the point of the demonstration is. Of course, if there are events